We start with the HTML setup. We use Tailwind for the main layout but add custom CSS for the game board. The game container is positioned relatively so that the plane and obstacles, which are positioned absolutely, can move freely within its boundaries without breaking the rest of the page layout. This is the physical layout of the screen. We use Flexbox classes to perfectly center the game container and add some simple text instructions below it. In the script, we grab the game container and dynamically create our player character. We set its starting position at 50 pixels from the left and 200 pixels from the top. We also define the speed at which the plane will move per keystroke. Here we add the flight controls. We listen for the arrow up and arrow down keys. When pressed, we adjust the plane top variable and immediately update the CSS top property. We also include boundaries so the plane cannot fly out of the top or bottom of the screen. This function spawns the bombs. Every obstacle is created at the far right edge of the box, 300px, and given a random vertical position. We then add the new HTML element to the game board and push it into our obstacles array so we can track its movement. This block moves the obstacles and checks if you crashed. We use getBoundingClientRec to get the exact pixel coordinates of the plane and the bomb. If their bounding boxes overlap on both the horizontal and vertical axes, a collision has occurred, triggering a game over alert and a page reload. We must clean up after ourselves to prevent browser memory leaks. If an obstacle moves entirely past the left edge of the screen, we remove its HTML element from the document and splice it out of our tracking array. Finally, we start the main game loop. Every 50 milliseconds, the game checks if it should spawn a new obstacle using a 2% random chance, and then calls the function to move all existing obstacles slightly to the left.